Hello, students! Guess what I have been listening to? Department of American Culture 2021 graduation ceremonies. Welcome. Welcome to you, your families and friends. Welcome to the celebration of your hard work, of your achievement, of your well-earned degrees. My name is Magdalena Zaborowska. I am Associate Chair and Director of the Undergraduate Studies Program. I also serve as faculty in Afro-American and African Studies. It is my great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Amara Lopez, a distinguished graduate of our department. Amara Lopez received her BA in 2012 in Latino-Latina Studies, Latin American and Caribbean Studies, and Anthropology. In 2020, she worked as a marketeer for JD alumni at the University of Michigan School of Law, and in the year of her graduation, 2012, she received a CEAS Writing Award for her essay, Notions of Home Beyond the Field. She also served as a commencement speaker at the International Institute graduation. So she is highly decorated and highly experienced to give you advice as you face this new chapter of your life, this new journey post-graduation. Welcome, Amara Lopez.
Hi everyone, my name is Amara Lopez and I graduated from the American Culture Department in 2012 and from Michigan Law School in 2020. I am so happy to be speaking to you today, albeit from my apartment in Los Angeles, and I really wish I could be there to see all your faces and shake your hands, but I hope you can feel how excited I am and how proud I am of you. What you've had to push through to finish your undergraduate degree has been really hard. It's been quite difficult, and I empathize with you. I know how strange it can feel to go through celebrations like this during the pandemic, but you did it. And I really hope that you find a way to celebrate safely and take in this moment. I remember the American Culture Department was the first place I felt comfortable in such a large university. After questioning whether I wanted to transfer and whether a smaller school might be better for me, it was the professors and the classes in the Latino Studies department that kept me at Michigan. This department helped me clarify the complexity of my identity as a mixed-race daughter of a Mexican immigrant that grew up in the Midwest. I think back to an essay I wrote in undergrad about my internship experience one summer. I was working with a health clinic in northern Michigan that provides services to migrant farm workers in the area. I would go out to camps to find migrant workers and let them know about the services and try to help them feel more comfortable coming in. And I also conducted some health surveys with families. During one of these surveys, I met a mother and her children who were from the same small village, Aban Hidalgo, as my father. It's about 2 hours outside of Mexico City, and it's very small. I never expected to meet anyone from there, period, let alone in northern Michigan. I remember thinking how connected I felt to this woman, yet how different our experiences were. The reasons she and her family made their way to Traverse City, Michigan were very different from the reasons that my family would stuff into the car and head there each summer for vacation. How wild, I remember thinking, that I had come up north as a child, completely unaware and oblivious to the workers in the fields, hiding between the cherry trees, and to think that some of them grew up exactly where my father did, so far away. Through the space created by this department, I was able to wrestle with the guilt, connection, similarities, and contrasts between this family's story of coming to the Midwest and my own family's. I left undergrad with questions about the world that guide me to this day. Understanding myself and the culture and history of our country allowed me to move and navigate in the world with more confidence. And this was crucial to my success in law school. In law school, it feels like you're constantly confronted with existential questions, and you're wrestling with the ways that the law deals with some of society's most challenging problems. That it's also a predominantly white male profession full of barriers to people like me didn't make it any easier. Law school focuses on how to teach students to think like a lawyer and what the foundational rules are for some of the major doctrines that you need to know. And too often, unfortunately, the focus is on what the law says and not what that means for people. It was imperative that I came into that environment with a really firm grip on my values and that I had enough self-awareness to remain grounded through such a challenging 3 years. Success is often defined by grades and accolades, job titles, salaries, and other similar measures. And many people who entered Michigan Law School were used to those credentials defining who they were. I am most proud that I went through law school being kind to others, staying true to myself, and prioritizing my mental and physical health. I know that it was this department that set a foundation for me to build my identity, as well as the confidence that I needed to navigate this challenging world that we live in. Because of what I learned at Michigan in undergrad, I was able to develop true wisdom in the 5 years before I went back to law school. I challenge you to reflect on the lessons you learned here, and maybe more importantly, on the questions that have become important to you while studying here. They will stick with you and they will keep you rooted in your values while also helping to guide you forward as you enter the world as alumni. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Hello, American culture, ethnic studies, students, friends, and families. As our department's undergraduate advisor, I get at graduation the special honor of recognizing our students who've won prizes and scholarships and those who've made outstanding contributions to our department. So I want to start with our Siegel Scholarship winners. The Joel S. Siegel Scholarship in American Culture provides support for students in American culture and ethnic studies. This year we have 3 awardees of the Siegel Scholarship: Suki Zhao, majoring in American Culture Ethnic Studies; Mira Simonton Chow, majoring in American Culture Ethnic Studies; and Stephanie Mendez Ortega, minoring in Latino Studies. Congratulations to those 3 students. Next, we have our Meisler Award winners. This prize is named the Richard Meisler Award in memory of our dear colleague, Richard Meisler, who served as a beloved advisor in our department for more than a decade and who was both playful and deeply respectful of the ideas and commitments of our undergraduate students. We have 2 award winners and 1 honorable mention in this category. Our first winner is Desiree Nouveau with her essay, Rethinking Rebranding, Land O'Lakes and Settler Colonialism. This essay offered a richly nuanced reading of the history and corporate decision-making around the Land O'Lakes logo and the ways that this connects to both Native representations and myths of Native disappearance. Our second Meisler winner is Dustin Gladstone, who wrote Legal Restriction of Black Movement in the Wake of Slavery. Dustin's essay drew on impressive archival research to show how the fugitive slave laws inflected racial state politics and white supremacist laws in the North as well as in the South. Our Meisler honorable mention goes to Emily Ohl, who wrote Models for Each Other, Accounts and Effects of Consciousness-Raising Women's Groups. This essay engaged in exciting oral history research into some of Emily's own family members' experience in consciousness-raising groups in the 1960s and 1970s. Congratulations to our Meisler Award winners. American Culture Ethnic Studies also recognizes Anna Dang for outstanding service to American culture and ethnic studies. Anna served as a student member of the undergraduate committee and was instrumental in developing our new American Culture Ethnic Studies major subplan. We are excited to be able to offer an explicitly named American Culture Ethnic Studies major plan and to congratulate our first cohort of majors this year. And this is significantly due to Anna Dang's activism and organization. Our department is in debt to you, Anna. Finally, we honor our American Culture Honors Thesis writer, Anju Jindal Taleb, whose thesis, Sesta Fosta's Impact on Black LGBTQ plus sex workers' use of the internet and digital support tools, undertook an impressive and innovative qualitative research study doing direct interviews with sex workers whose voices have long been neglected by scholars in the field. Congratulations, Anju, congratulations, Anna, and congratulations to all of our award winners and the truly outstanding class of 2021.
Hello, everyone. I'm recording this on April 21st. winter has decided to come back to Michigan on this beautiful spring day. So under the snow, there are tree blossoms, and otherwise, we hope the good weather returns, because as you know, if you don't like the weather today, wait 5 minutes. Welcome to our majors and minors. The Department of American Culture is proud to host 4 ethnic studies units in which you can study. They are Arab and Muslim American Studies, Asian Pacific Islander American Studies, Latino, Latina, Latinx Studies, and Native American Studies. We are a land-grant institution. We are functioning and built on the land that came from Native peoples, the original inhabitants of this part of the country. We offer 2 majors in American culture and Latino, Latina, Latinx Studies. Each of these majors and the curriculum it consists of provides them with flexibility and a set of important core skills that are indispensable in the modern world. Students in our programs grapple with the most pressing issues for the nation. This is especially important at this historic moment, given what's been going on in the country. And we are very proud that our students engage tough questions and engage also interdisciplinary approaches to comparative ethnic studies, history, literature, film, media studies, religion, music, art, digital technologies, women's and gender studies, sexuality, folklore, and ethnography. We are very proud they reach for knowledge, they reach for truth and facts. We are proud they engage their critical skills to better understand our nation's diversity and its role in the global context. All of them have been exploring what it means to be an American and how much work it entails to really live up to the potential promise and true ideal behind this name. We offer currently 5 minors in American culture, Arab and Muslim American Studies, Asian Pacific Islander American Studies, the aforementioned Latino, Latina, Latinx Studies, and Native American Studies. Students in our minor receive the skills to be quick thinkers and critically and culturally engaged individuals in civic society. They also enter careers that vary, that take them into all kinds of professions, and we are incredibly proud of how much they accomplish. As you prepare to graduate, as you celebrate your big day with your family, friends, with those who cannot be with you on Zoom, I wish you a wonderful career and urge you to keep in touch, because we always look forward to knowing what's going on with you and how far you are going, having left this great department. In conclusion, let me thank our faculty, advisors, and staff who have worked tirelessly, especially during this challenging COVID pandemic year, when we had to reshape how we teach, how we engage each other, and how we survive these difficult times. I thank you with all my heart, and thank you students, parents, families, friends, and again, colleagues, staff, advisors. We couldn't have done it without you. You are a wonderful team. It has been my pleasure to be serving with you, and I wish you the best of days today. Bravo, graduates! Yoo-hoo! U of M graduates, American culture graduates.
Graduates of 2021, Felicidades! I am Anthony Mora, the director of the Latina and Latino Studies program within American Culture. To our own students and all of those across the department, I wish you the very best in this next stage. Whatever career you pursue, you will bring a respectful commitment and appreciation for the diversity of the nation. Now more than ever, we need the intellectual and cultural competency that your training in American culture provides. Good luck and all the best wishes from all of us.
Dear AC graduates, I'm Khaled Matawa. I'm the director of the Arab and Muslim American Studies program. It's been my honor to be part of AC this year as head of AMAS. It's been a great joy to get to know some of you through my courses and through the many projects you've been engaged in. This is our second digital graduation, and we're finishing off our third semester since the current crisis began, the COVID crisis. I think it's a great success that we've been able to continue and proceed despite the situation. There have been many losses, much heartbreak and anxieties due to the COVID crisis. The way it has impacted not only our nation and our campus and our communities, it has also impacted the world, but you have not only survived, but thrived. And so, because poetry is my favorite approach to understanding and expressing such weighty matters, such as we're facing, such as graduating and also graduating during a time of crisis, I want to read you two poems that are sort of by way of sending you off. The first poem is by Naomi Shihab Nye. She's an Arab American poet, a Palestinian American poet, and it recognizes to some degree what we've been through. So, and it also recognizes that we've accomplished something. We've shined through accomplishments. So here goes Naomi. Where have our friends been all the long hours? Mine stretching beyond the field become their own skies. But yet, there were so many more poems to read now. Countless friends to listen to. We didn't have to be the same room. We didn't have to be in the same room. The great modern magic. Everywhere together now. Even scared together now from all points of the globe, which lessened it somehow. Hopeful together too, exchanging winks in the dark, the little lights blinking. When your hope shrinks, you might feel the hope of someone far away lifting you up. Hope is the thing. Hope has always been the thing. What else did we give each other from such distances? Breath of syllables. Sing to me from your balcony, please. Befriend me in the deep space. Now that we have been apart, but have grown closer. The second poem is by the great Portuguese poet Fernando Pessoa. In it, he reminds us that such accomplishments as what you have achieved are moments of self-girding and as well as moments of self-celebration, a way to recognize the selves we have grown and grown into. And here's what Fernando Pessoa says. To be great, be whole, exaggerate nothing, and exclude nothing that's you. In each thing, be all. Give all you are in the least you ever do. And remember the whole moon, brilliant and cool. It rides so high, and that's why it shines in every pool. And so with that, with these two poems, I want to wish you the best of luck and the best of good fortune. You deserve it and you will have it. It's been a great pleasure knowing you and wishing you the best. Thank you. Khaled Matawa.
Welcome, Native American Studies grads. I'm Barbara Meek, Director of Native American Studies here in the Department of American Culture. And I am so excited to celebrate your academic achievements and this huge accomplishment of graduating from the Department of American Culture at the University of Michigan. Go Blue! As you know, Native American Studies at U of M is a program that celebrates the histories, diversity, perseverance, and innovativeness of Indigenous peoples. So, dear graduates, the biggest piece of advice I can give you is to stay resilient and persevere, because you've already started to set the precedent for generations to come. That said, congratulations again, class of 2021. On behalf of Native American Studies, we wish you all the best and continued success on your future endeavors. Go Blue!
Dear Appia students, you are the toughest class of students who are withstanding 2 rounds of COVID graduation. 3 years ago, in 2019, Appia students got to have a graduation ceremony, which was a big party, where students' appetite far exceeded the amount of food that was available. Do you remember that? In 2020, you watched your friends graduate without an in-person ceremony. This year, 2021, you too graduate without an in-person ceremony. and don't even get a chance to complain about the shortage of pot stickers. Not only because of COVID-19, you have experienced one of the most challenging political time in recent memory. The combination of the virus and the poisonous political messages generated through lies and vulgar propaganda have created a climate unlike any other. The newly invigorated anti-Asian sentiment and action have affected all of you directly and indirectly. But no, you were not defeated. Instead, you have more than survived and thrived. You have built up resilience and wisdom and exercised patience, creativity, and initiatives to achieve your academic goal to graduate from the University of Michigan. But much more than that. Think back to the time of graduation from high school. Since then, how have you grown? Have you challenged yourself? Were there successes and failures? Have you cultivated ways to overcome difficulties? Have you learned to be patient with yourself and have lots of love for yourself and others? And how much have you enjoyed taking classes, making friends, and have fun? In the future, if you feel you are lost, remember that you have made through these very difficult years. You have made a huge difference, not only in who you are as a person, but what you mean to everyone all around you, the society, and the world around you. The spark inside you will let you light your energy and know that the world needs you. You have invested so much in your time at UM. Your memory of your time here will let you go out and meet the world with incredible faith in who you are and what you can be. Have a vision and pursue it. You are a new force of change. The APPEAR program sends you off with a loving conviction that you won't let anybody trample the principles of equity and justice that are yours to behold and enjoy. Congratulations for what you are, what you have accomplished, and congratulations for what you will do in the future. We'll see you again in person, and we'll enjoy lots and lots of pot stickers together. Cheers to all of you, class of 2021.
Hello, I'm Colin Gunkel, Director of Graduate Studies for the Department of American Culture. It's an honor to join you today in celebrating all of your achievements and your graduation from the program. The American Culture Graduate Program is a dynamic interdisciplinary PhD program that houses 4 ethnic studies units, equipping students for success within academia and also beyond academia, from museums to nonprofits. Indeed, our graduates are among some of the leading scholars in American studies, Latino studies, Asian American studies, Black studies, and Arab and Muslim American studies. Today, you are joining that impressive group of alumni and writing a new chapter in that illustrious history. Beyond graduation, both your life and your profession will pull you in many different directions and in ways you can't always anticipate. So my one piece of advice to you as you move forward from here is to be true to yourself, to follow your passions, and to do the work that matters most to you. It will not always be easy, I can assure you, but it will ultimately make for a satisfying and meaningful career. And it will lead you to places and opportunities and people that you never expected or imagined to meet. So congratulations to the class of 2021. We will most certainly miss you and miss seeing you around the department, but we will also always be here for you.
Hello, I'm Greg Dowd, and I chair the Department of American Culture. Congratulations, class of 2021. In this second year of the great pandemic, we at the University of Michigan and the Department of American Culture are celebrating commencement apart. And this is unnatural for us. As humans, we want to celebrate together. We want to gather by the river. We want to cheer in the stadium. We want to dance in the streets. We want to laugh in the crowd. As faculty, staff, family, and students, we want to mark this great occasion in your life together. But sadly, in the face of this slow-moving and killing pandemic, we can't celebrate you in person if we are to protect one another, just as we have not been able to spend the last year together in the classroom, at the table, or in the hallways of Haven Hall. But in the second year of the great pandemic, it's also a time of great hope. We may soon be able to fill the campus with throngs of students to walk through a crowded diag, to pack an auditorium for a concert or a stadium for a game. And events such as these, experiences such as these, may in better years draw some of you back to Ann Arbor. And I hope it's busy when you come back. And I hope as you return to campus that you find the returns to be emotionally deep and satisfying. Michigan is now your alma mater. That's a Latin phrase, and it might translate into English as, get this, fostering or nourishing mother. Well, in the past year or so, most of the fostering and nourishing has taken place on Zoom. Still, I'm guessing that most of you will want at some point to come back to visit Michigan, and that when you do, you will feel some nostalgia, some longing to return to the places and spaces, and yes, sometimes the professors and staff members that shaped your lives here. We are ready to visit with you when that moment comes. We want that continued connection because it sustains us to know what our graduates are up to. We will make an effort, too, to remain in touch with you. And so, on behalf of the faculty and staff and alumni of the University of Michigan's Department of American Culture, although we cannot celebrate this moment together, I extend to you our very best wishes for your future. Good luck and hearty congratulations.
To the class of 2021, congratulations. Over the past years, I've had the honor of teaching you in classes, advising you in office hours, and watching your impressive growth, both in person and for the past year and a half, largely over the internet. Through challenging semesters, pandemics, and pivots, political protests, and fights for a more just world, your research, your creative practices, your writing, your activism at Michigan, and your work for and commitment to the world around us has been an inspiration and a source of optimism, knowing that the world is a better place with you in it. It's been a pleasure to getting to know you, to getting to work with you, and I'm excited to wish you all the best as you graduate and enter the next stage of your lives. Congratulations to American Culture Ethnic Studies students in the class of 2021.